everybody, welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are just now seeing my video, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexis. I go by Lexi. It's been a while since I've posted because my husband and I have been adamantly trying to have a little baby. So it's been quite a while since I've been on here. But today I'm going to talk about how we finally did get pregnant and my ectopic pregnancy story. So a little background. My husband and I have been trying to conceive for a little over 6 years now, to no avail. The reason being is because my left fallopian tube is blocked. So we've tried IUI cycles. Well, we tried a IUI cycle and didn't work. We started a second cycle but had to stop because of the out-of-pocket expense. As you may know, IVF or infertility treatments is not typically covered in your insurance, like in most insurances. And if it is, it's only a very small portion. So in our case, it's a very small portion. So we started pretty much just, trying not to think about it, just trying on our own and seeing where we go. So about 3 weeks ago, I on a Sunday, I started experiencing a tight cramp in my stomach. Not like a period cramp, but more so like gas was trapped in my stomach. So I didn't really think of anything of it that particular night because it wasn't something that was too alarming to me at the time. But that Monday around 3:30, 3:45 in the morning, it got a lot worse. So I went to the bathroom to throw up, and a matter of 5 minutes after doing so, I felt cold but hot. I was sweating but had goosebumps. I was really, really weak, couldn't move, throwing up foam and film, feeling really nauseous, and my stomach felt like I had, lost a really bad fight. It was so bad that I couldn't even get back to my bed. My husband came in to check on me, tried to lift me up to take me to the bed, and it even hurt for that. But he ended up giving me a blanket and a pillow. I just ended up laying on the bathroom floor. This lasted for about 2-3 days. No, it was 2 days, because Wednesday I started to feel better. So I told my job I was going to come back to work. And that Thursday I did go back to work, but I only lasted about 3 hours before throwing up. So I went back home and made an appointment with my primary care physician. So when I go there Friday, they told me that they felt like it was an issue with my gallbladder. Mind you, they didn't even try to take a pregnancy test or anything. He just went straight to the gallbladder. So I took some x-rays while I was there. They came out fine. So then he suggested that I go take a total abdomen ultrasound the next day, which I did. And I didn't get the results back until Monday, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, I don't think it's an issue with my gallbladder. I think this is something else. So I took matters in my own hands, went to the pharmacy and got me some at-home pregnancy tests. Took 2, both came back positive. And that was like a bittersweet moment for me because, yes, I was happy because you just don't know how many pregnancy tests I had took over this 6-year period where I thought I was pregnant and they came back negative. So for it to actually come back positive, it was like, it brought a joy to me. But at the same time, I'm like, well, is there something wrong with my baby? Because I don't think it's supposed to feel this way, you know? So, after I took the pregnancy test, I did go back to my doctor on Monday to follow up about the ultrasound, and I let him know that I was pregnant. Ultrasound came back fine, obviously. And I kind of like dumped him as my primary care physician after that. So after going Monday, I was feeling fine. I felt fine on Tuesday. Like, I didn't even have any symptoms Tuesday. Monday, I was still kind of nauseous and a little weak still. But Tuesday, I felt like nothing was even wrong, ever. And then, boom, come Wednesday, I had those previous Monday, you know, pains all over again. But this time, it was times 10. I couldn't eat. Well, I couldn't eat even during the original pain periods. But, like, this time I couldn't eat. Like, I couldn't even really chew. Like, I was just too weak to do anything. Didn't have the energy to do anything. So, this time I let my husband know that I wanted to go to the ER. So we went. It was so bad that, like, we have stairs. Like, I had to go down the stairs to get to the car because our bedroom is upstairs, and I had to slide down the stairs. It took me about 8 minutes to get down 10 stairs. That's like just how bad it was. Like, that's how weak I was. That's how much pain I was in. It was just crazy. So we finally get to the ER. When we go to check in, if you keep hearing that noise, guys, that's my puppy Nala. Don't mind her today. But we get to the ER, and at check-in, my husband asked them how long would the wait be. So they did let him know that the first person that was in line had already been waiting for 1 hour and 40 minutes, but it looked like 7 rooms were about to open up. So I'm waiting. He didn't get to wait with me because COVID and whatnot. But I'm waiting, and I was probably waiting 20 minutes until they took me into the triage room to get my vitals. So when she got my vitals, she let me know. She was like, we have to get you a room right away. So I asked her, I'm like, why? She tells me that my blood pressure was really low and my heart rate was really high. Mind you, I did feel like my heart rate was really high because there were times where I could hear my heart, like I could hear my heart beat in my ears, and it was like doo 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 doo. But yeah, so they got me a room just like that. I'm laying in a room just like in so much pain still, could barely move. They start drawing blood. The lady asked me which arm I would prefer for her to draw the blood. I told her my right arm is where I always get the blood drawn. And she's like, oh, well, you got too many valves on that arm, so we're gonna do the left. So she started drawing blood in the left, and they, like, it pretty much tapped out. Like, I tapped out of blood. Like, I couldn't even finish doing the blood test because nothing else was coming out. So I did let her know. I was like, to be honest, I may not even have any more blood left for you to give, because I have been bleeding for almost the whole month of January. It was probably only a week and a half that I was not bleeding in January. So then they went on ahead and did the right arm, like I told her to do in the first place. They were able to get the rest of the blood. And they let me know that due to me losing so much blood, my hemoglobin had went to 7 when it should actually be at 12. So basically I was a newfound anemic because I had lost so much blood in the process. And so they told me that I was gonna have to get a blood transfusion. It actually ended up being 2 blood transfusions that I had to get, but I did do that. They gave me IV and everything. With the IV, I was starting to gain a little energy. I wasn't feeling as weak, but I still felt like crap. So then after that, the nurse was the first to let me know. So the nurse let me know that he felt like I was experiencing an ectopic pregnancy, and that they were gonna bring in the OB/surgeon, who was really great. But she was gonna come in and talk to me a little bit more about what they felt like was going on. So she came in. She let me know that I was experiencing an ectopic pregnancy. I had already looked that up because I knew that I was at risk for an ectopic pregnancy with me having a closed tube. So I already knew what it was. So as soon as she told me that, like, I started crying, but I couldn't even let out the tears the way I wanted to because I was in so much pain. It even hurts to cry. Like, that's how much pain I was in. Like, my stomach, I couldn't do anything. Like, I could just lay there and just let, like, the tears just fall. Like, I couldn't even have emotion, basically. But, yeah, so she told me that. And then she said that they were going to get an ultrasound tech to come in to figure out exactly where the fetus was. So they did. And more bad news, the fetus wasn't even growing in the bad tube. It was growing in my good tube. So then I found that out. That made it even worse because now I'm just like, oh man, like now I'm just really not catching a break here, you know? So she did let me know that depending on how far along I was, they may have to even take out the tube. So I'd already figured that too. And then they let me know that it was take out the tube. So I'd already figured that too. And then they let me know that it was just like a lot of internal bleeding going on in there, which was causing the pains and the nausea. It was just like a lot of blood, they said. So I go into surgery, and pretty much I slept in the hospital overnight. Well, not really overnight, I guess. I went in the hospital at 7:20 something that Wednesday and got the surgery around 1 a.m. that Thursday morning. So I was able to check out because I wasn't weak anymore, wasn't really nauseous, just felt the pain from the surgery. And they let me know, you know, all the good stuff. Can't have sex for 2 weeks, can't work for a week, can't drive for a week, all that. So went and got my prescription and took my first pain pill because it was a little painful at first. But really, for me, after the first pain pill, I really didn't experience a lot of pain afterwards. I probably only took 3 more pills after that. But now I am healing. I do still have band-aids there because, to be honest, I'm just not ready to look at those scars yet because it just hurts that, you know, the one thing that it took so long, it took years to create, I was finally able to get the process started, and then it was just taken away from me just like that. So now I'm back at square one, but with even more of a disadvantage because now I don't even have one good tube. So now at this point, I do know that IVF will be my only option, which kind of hurts because, once again, the out-of-pocket cost is going to be a pain, but if it is what we have to do to create our little one, it is what we're going to do. So we're going to take a little break for a while, and on trying, obviously, and then we're going to save up some and start our IVF process. So that is my ectopic pregnancy story. I will be forming a group on social media. Still trying to decide if I want to do it as a blog or Facebook page or Instagram. I don't know yet, but it will be for women who have also experienced ectopic pregnancy, miscarriage, or any other type of pregnancy loss, or women who have just been trying for a long time. It'll be a support group between women who've experienced the same thing, so we all know the pain that we are all going through. So comment down below if that's something you would like to be a part of. Any suggestions on where you think I should start it would also be greatly appreciated. So once I do start my IVF journey, I will be posting more videos so that you all can see, or you all can go through that journey with me, and hopefully my husband and I will be able to create something out of that process when we do start it back up. Thanks for watching my video. Stay strong, ladies. You will be able to have a baby. Great things take time for great people. If you didn't have to fight for it, it wouldn't be worth it. I know you see a lot of women getting pregnant so easily, and you want to beat yourself up. You may even want to beat them up. I know I had crazy thoughts before where everybody around me was getting pregnant, people that didn't even want kids, you know? And to see it, it hurt. But you will get pregnant. I promise. Have a beautiful day like this.